K-pop idol, but you bad at dancing, this video is for you. There is 10 best tip to improve your dancing skill before you join any K-pop audition. If you are not interested in joining a K-pop audition, you can still learn some techniques to improve your dancing skills at the party and impress your friends. Tip number 1. Watch any idol dancing in slow motion. It's obvious that you need to watch other professionals or K-pop idols dancing on YouTube or anywhere else you can find them. But the trick to learn faster is to slow down the video. Sometimes the idols dance too fast and their moves are too complicated to copy. Sometimes you think you follow the right move, but when you slow down the video you will see that you still make some mistakes. This tip is great for beginners who are just starting to learn how to dance. Tip number 2. Watch the same dance video over and over again. If you want to master the dancing skills and become a main dancer in a K-pop group someday, this tip is for you. Don't move on to another song until you master the current one by watching it and practicing it repeatedly, at least for 1 month for each song until you develop muscle memory without even noticing. Have you ever seen K-pop idols who start dancing when they hear their song at a random place and time? That's called muscle memory, and it helps you make fewer mistakes or even give a perfect performance during the K-pop audition. Tip number 3. Stay in your box. Many people who are learning how to dance tend to move around a lot, and that's not a good sign for the judges to see you dance like that. Because K-pop idols dance as a group, and each one of them has not only muscle memory, but also awareness. This one is hard to understand and hard to learn because you need a lot of people to train with you. Let's break this dancing technique into 2 parts. Part 1. How to stay in your box. If you are a beginner and you train alone at home, a quick and smart tip is to draw a box around you. You can use tape if you don't want to mess up your floor. You might think that you are limited by that box, but no. There are a lot of moves you can practice with that box, like moving around the box, in and out of the box, or side to side of the box. The box helps you to always come back to the same place and not wander around the stage. When you start to get good at it, make the box smaller and smaller until it becomes just a dot, and until you have the awareness and don't need the box or the dot to stay in the same place when you dance. Part 2. Dancing with a group. This one is hard to stay in your box because now it's not just your box, but also your members' boxes too, and they are all moving nonstop. This one requires you to use your perspective and your members' movements to remember where your location is, but sometimes your location switches with another member. But don't stress too much, this dance technique as a group is not required when you first audition. But I spot one technique from New Jean Dance Practice. They use X-Tab to notice every member spot by using their perspective. They also do this in the big stage concert, but we didn't notice. So when you go to audition, maybe use the judge position to mark your spot. Tip number 4. When it comes to auditioning, don't copy the idol's moves 100%. It's okay to copy the idol's moves 100% when you just want to learn how to dance. But when it comes to auditioning, if you can recreate or change the moves to your own style, that would be great. Because they value talent and creativity, not copying and pasting. Moreover, you really need to change some moves to suit your own body. Because you and every K-pop idol, no matter how professional they are, they cannot master every move. If you don't believe me, I'll give you an example. If you watch it Z Wannabe MV, at this dance move only Ryujin can do it perfectly. If you slow down the video, you will see Chaeryeong and Leah cannot dance this move perfectly. And that's why they put Ryujin in the front row in this specific scene. It's not because the other members are not as good as her, believe me, they are professionals. And in my opinion, ITZY is the best girl group in the 4th generation if we rank by dancing skills. But the other members' bodies just could not adapt to this specific dance move. So, if you choose any song to dance at the audition, you have to make sure that you choose the song that fits your moves and your body. Don't forget to change and recreate new moves and add them into the song. And remember, if you don't have muscle memory yet, don't rush to apply for audition. I know having muscle memory is not healthy, but the road to becoming a K-pop idol is tough. It requires sacrifice. Tip number 5. Don't look down and don't make wrong facial expressions when you do a dancing audition. Train how to look straight up to the judges' faces. If you watch any K-pop dancing video, you will see that they always look straight up to the camera. That is a sign of professionalism. It's not only applied to dance, but every time you are on stage as an idol. Don't make facial expressions that don't match the song. You have to follow the storyline of the song. Don't just make normal expressions like people dancing in the club. If you are dancing to a badass song, make a badass and evil expression. If you are dancing to a sexy song, make a sexy facial expression. That can also help hide that you are tired because dancing takes a lot of energy. Tip number 6. Learn how to control your balance. Many people who are learning how to dance feel like they are losing balance, and that's also the reason why they move away from their box or their position. To balance yourself, you have to keep your knees soft. That means that when you start dancing, you have to keep your knees bent, not completely bent, but not 100% straight either, especially when you have to move your position, like moving around the box, in and out. You can spot that on every K-pop group when they are dancing, and if they have to change their position from one to another, they don't just walk normally, but they take very long steps and bend their knees. It makes them look like they are still dancing. That's why it looks like they are dancing non-stop for the whole 3 minutes. But the truth is they do rest a little bit when they change their position. And to keep your knees soft, it's not easy. You have to work out to have strong legs and core. Your core means your waist. You have to research from any professional how to train to make your legs and your core strong. Tip number 7. Complete your moves. Many people who try to replicate some of the idols dancing rush from one move to another because K-pop idols dance too fast, and it's hard for normal people to follow. And some people who rush their moves make them incomplete, like they don't straighten their arms completely. If you watch any K-pop idol MV, you will see that their moves are big and wide. When they straighten their arms and legs, they do it all the way until they can't do it anymore. But when you rush, your dance moves will feel so small. That's why you have to learn to dance in slow motion. Tip number 8. Recording yourself. You don't have to record yourself every time you start training, but at least recording yourself once a week and look for mistakes and compare it to the previous week. To improve yourself fast, only you know what you are doing wrong, because if you train alone at home, there is no professional around you to judge you. Comparing your dance moves to the idols is important, but comparing your dance moves to your own moves from one week to another helps you improve yourself fast, because you can see the progress of how much your moves change over time. Analyze them, find mistakes, and improve them the next week. Maybe create a YouTube channel and a community like a Facebook group to share your dancing videos with others. Some people might give you good advice that you never see in yourself. Making a social media group is such a good thing. You can share a lot of knowledge about your journey to becoming a K-pop idol. Who knows, you might have a friend who is a K-pop idol in the future if you can't make it yourself. That's not a bad friend to have. We can see that a lot of K-pop idols also have friends who are normal people too. Tip number 9. Don't give up if you don't master it. There are a lot of dancing moves and skills you can learn, but if you don't master one, don't move on to the next one yet. If you choose any song to practice, practice until you feel no pain anymore in your dance moves. Some of the K-pop moves are very painful. If you think dancing like a K-pop idol is for fun, think again. K-pop dancing moves are for entertainment, and some of the moves are hard, complicated, and cause a lot of muscle pain. If you feel pain when you copy the move, make sure that you copy the move correctly and start mastering that move until your body adapts and feels no pain. But not all the time you have to do that, because like I said before, some of the moves are just not for your body. If you look at Blackpink when they dance, some of the moves are the same but they give different energy and feeling. Like this move from Whistle MV, Jisoo did it the best. The other members are also good but not as smooth as Jisoo. So sometimes you can move on if the move is not for your body. Tip number 10. You have to put on a character. It's similar to the previous part when I said you have to make facial expressions that match the story of the song. But putting on a character means everything from the way you walk, the way you dance, and the way you dress up. Training at home is okay, but if you go to an audition and you choose a badass song that has strong movements, like Blackpink MV, and you dress like a cute princess, you are doomed. That's